everybody. Let's make a sour cream coffee cake today. This coffee cake will be so good with a cup of coffee. It doesn't have any coffee in it, but look how moist that is. Ooh, so yummy. Now let's get to work here. Let's get a mixing bowl with a paddle on it, and we're going to put in our 2 sticks of soft butter along with 1.5 cups sugar. You can use the sugar of your choice, the sugar-free sugar, modify it to your taste buds and modify it to your diet needs. So here we go. We're going to beat this for 5 minutes. We want it nice, smooth, creamy before we even start putting in our eggs. So beat this for 5 minutes and then we'll be right back. So at the end of the video, I wrote down all the ingredients for the cake batter and the nut mixture. So you can just watch the video here, the steps, and then write it down later. So don't worry about that. I've got you. So while we're waiting on the 5 minutes of beating the sugar and butter mixture so it's nice and smooth, don't forget, beat it for 5 minutes. We're going to mix the rest of our cake batter dry ingredients together, which is the 2 cups of all-purpose flour, the 1 teaspoon of baking powder, the 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to mix all that together and stir it up in that bowl separately there. Now, after the 5 minutes of mixing the butter sugar mixture, remember 5 minutes of mixture, we're going to add in the eggs one at a time. I know there's several different versions of coffee cakes out there, and we're going to try them all eventually, but this is the sour cream coffee cake from scratch. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if y'all have a favorite coffee cake or any kind of cake recipe that I have not put up yet on the videos, be sure to email me the recipe and I will make that. Be sure to make it and I will give you a shout out on my video also. I'll link my email in the description below and on the comments, but it's grangranCooking@gmail.com is my email. Now, my oven's been preheating to 350 degrees. You have to adjust it to where you're at for the high altitudes in the Celsius range, wherever you're at. But we're doing it at 350 degrees today here, and I'm scraping the bowl right now to get all the sides done before I start adding the rest of the ingredients. I'm giving it another quick mix before I start adding in the rest of the ingredients. This is 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to start adding my flour and sour cream mixture in. So it calls for 8 ounces of sour cream, which is 1 cup. And I will add 1/3 of the sour cream in now. And then I'll add in the 1/3 of the flour mixture in after this. And I'll keep rotating back and forth with the sour cream and then the flour. And then sour cream and the flour. And I'll end with the flour. Now, while that finished mixing on low speed, I'm going to get my nut mixture together, which it calls for 1 cup of walnuts or pecans, but I'm using a mixture of both. And cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, but you know me, I like extra cinnamon and extra nuts, so I put in extra cinnamon and nuts, and it calls for 1/4 cup of sugar. Now the recipe's on the back, on the last part of the video, so no need to have to write it down. You can wait till the end to do that if you want to. So I'm gonna give that a quick stir, and oh, look at that goodness. Okay, I'm gonna stir that up, and I'm gonna set it aside while I get my pan together. I've got my pan already sprayed. I use that non-stick baking spray pan, and it's a bundt pan that we will need. The batter will be nice and thick, so don't worry. This is not like your regular cake batter where it's a little thin. This is going to be a thick batter. I'm scraping all the goodness off the paddle here because you know we can't miss that goodness, y'all. We need every little bit. Now we're getting our already sprayed bundt pan, and if you don't have this non-stick spray, you can just grease it down with butter or anything you'd like, and then spray dust it with a little powder for non-sticking. But anyway, we're back to this. We're putting in 1/3 of the mixture now, the cake batter in the pan, and I'm just shaking a little bit so it gets sprayed spread around a little good. And then we're going to put the nut mixture all the way around it. Now, you can also put half the nut mixture in there and then the other half on the top, but I just put it all right here. After we put our nut mixture right here, then we're going to put the rest of the batter on top and spread it around evenly with the spatula there. And then we're going to put it in the oven and bake it for like 50 to 55 minutes until done. Now, also remember to bake it in the center of the oven. So move your oven rack to the center while you're baking this cake. Yes, the batter is really thick, but don't worry. That's the way you want it, because that's the way this coffee cake is. Sour cream coffee cake. And ooh, that sour cream makes the cake so moist. See how pretty it is after it's done? You can dust it with powdered sugar if you like, or drizzle it with your favorite icing, but I just left it like it is. So, and it is so good. Here's the ingredients for the cake batter. And here's the ingredients for the nut mixture. This is one coffee cake that can't go wrong. It's so yummy and nice with a cup of coffee or even milk. It is so good and moist. That sour cream really does the trick of making it moist.